Hey everyone, Wolf Lord Rho here. Well, today we close out Blood Angels Week, and well, we couldn't not talk about the Angel himself, the Primarch, Sanguinius, and how he is already shaping events within the current timeline. General spoiler warning to begin, as we will be discussing events from across the Warhammer 40k universe, so you have been warned. But with that said, let's just jump straight in. So one of the most polarizing questions you can ask with Primarch returns is should or could Sanguinius return? And this is something we have discussed a couple of times before on the channel. And should is an ever-winding road which is entirely down to personal opinion. But could? Well, the answer is, in the world of lore, in this world of lore, absolutely. The simple fact is, if Guilliman returned, any Primarch is now on the table. But it was more simple and easier to bring back Guilliman, you say? Well, let's see. With Sanguinius, he gave his life fighting Horus, and his spirit somehow survived in the warp, now to be returned by the grace of the Emperor. And for Guilliman, a world that was holding back the warp and imprisoning traitors was destroyed, only for the survivors of this world to jump into a portal, ally with aliens, go to the shrine of a dead demigod, kill him, and then use the powers of a god who's not yet a god to resurrect this demigod. I think I know what's the simpler return. Now obviously I'm having a bit of a laugh here, guys. The point is to say that with Guilliman's return, anything can now truly happen. And that's the beauty of the current lore. We are living in a time where truly anything can happen. I mean, we just had the return of the Silent King. And well, it all couldn't be any more exemplified by Sanguinius himself. Because the truth is, the Angel has already returned. He may not be walking the galaxy as flesh and blood, but he is certainly shaping events in a major way. And there can be no doubt some form of Sanguinius' spirit is definitely alive in the warp. And it was back during the climax of the devastation of Baal, as Dante gave his life destroying the hive tyrant known as the Swarm Lord. It was Sanguinius who sent Dante back to the land of the living, telling him as much as he deserves his peace, the Imperium still has need of him. And how true that was, with Dante then being appointed Warden of the Imperium Nihilus by Sanguinius' own brother, Rebute. Never has Dante's burdens been more great than they are right now. Was there even another choice for Guilliman? Did it all hinge on Dante's survival? Did somehow Sanguinius know that, which is why he had to send Dante back? It's an interesting question to ponder. But regardless, this huge act by Sanguinius was but the first. For when Mephiston's power became too much for the Chief Librarian to contain, it was once again Sanguinius who came before one of his sons, as the Lord of Death literally limboed between death and the land of the living during the crossing of the Rubicon Primaris. Sanguinius informed Mephiston of the true origins of the Sanguinor, that he was once an Astartes, imbued with all the nobility of their bloodline, and that now an avatar for the rage is needed to match it, to hold the rage in check, lest it consume Sanguinius' lineage, and Mephiston must be it. But as Mephiston wept at the sight of his Primarch, Sanguinius had an interesting line, telling his son that the warp is in turmoil, and things that weren't possible before are now. thanks to Abaddon unleashing the Great Rift. He's simply unleashed powers he can never truly hope to control. So this, amongst other tantalizing theories, is the biggest hint yet of more Spirit of Sanguinius appearances to come. Now more than ever, Sanguinius can interact with his sons. Yes, he is undoubtedly still dead, at least in the physical sense, and will in all likelihood never return to the land of the living. But in a strange twist of fate, thanks to Abaddon, Sanguinius is truly back, like never before. And as the Immaterium grows in its turmoil, as the Emperor awakens evermore, just what will the future hold for the spirit of Sanguinius? Now, as anything to do with the warp, there's always room for a twist down the road. The apparition of Sanguinius does make a point of saying Sanguinius is dead. But come on, it's undoubtedly the angel's spirit. In my opinion, he is just being literal. He is dead. I have no doubt about that. And of course, with the return of Sanguinius, it opens ever more wondrous theories. The Eye has exploded, the Immaterium literally ripping the galaxy asunder. Just where is Russ? Where is Rogel? And what is Korax up to? I believe it's about time we received hints at least of these Primarchs in action. For Jagatai we know is within the webway, and the lion is slumbering still within the rock. But these other Primarchs are still out there, tied mysteriously to the warp, especially Russ and Korax, who departed for the Eye of Terror. Oh man, what an addition to be living in. Just what further actions will Sanguinius take? And who of his descendants will he speak to next? I hope you enjoyed Blood Angels Week. As always guys, leave your thoughts in the comments below, I love to read them. Huge thank you to all my subscribers, your support truly means a lot to me, it really does. And if you're new, please consider subscribing to help the channel grow. And if you enjoyed this particular vid, then why not drop a like on it too. But with that said, I am off, and I'll see you all again